Hello everyone, and welcome back once again to 3 Short Horror Games. I'm usually pretty reluctant about playing demos on the channel, simply because it may potentially spoil it if I decide to go in blind to the full game at some point. And also because they tend to be pretty short, and, well, it's usually not enough to carry a whole video, but, well, luckily I have a series that's perfect for that, and I have a few that I am really excited to check out. First of these for tonight is Radiolite, a game which I've often seen compared to something like Firewatch, in which we play as a detective heading into the woods looking for a missing child. Now, aiding us in this search will be our trusty radio, but in the darkness of the forest, well, I do wonder what will decide to reach out to us. Won't know until we start.
You're listening to KCRK Ashwood News. It's been a week since 14-year-old Elliot Lair went missing during a Boy Scout camping trip in Ashwood Creek National Park. Despite an extensive search effort, authorities have not found any trace of the boy. The search continues with local police, rangers, and volunteers taking part. But now, another concern. Park Ranger Harvey Waters has also been reported missing. Waters, a longtime ranger at Ashwood Creek, last checked in yesterday morning. His wife says he was acting strange before his disappearance. Authorities have not confirmed if the two cases are related.
Ethan, do you copy? Are you on scene? Over.
We press tab to answer our radio. Oh, we hold it down, and from here we have dialogue options.
Yeah, I'm here. Just arrived. Over.
So you're at the parking lot?
Yeah, still inside the car.
This car should be parked right next to the road. You see it?
His car?
Get out of the car and tell me if you see it.
There it is, hiding in the dark. So I can definitely see the comparison, the rural setting and the stylized graphics. Plus our reliance on our radio. I am super into this setting.
So do you see it? Should look like a regular Ranger car. Tell me when you found it.
Okay, we've got a flashlight.
So, is it still there?
Hey, nobody in the booth, but the radio's still playing.
Yeah, I got it. It's parked right next to the road.
So that's Harvey's car there, like they said.
Entry team to talk discovered the car.
Who's they?
The rest of the Rangers and a security guard. Reportedly, he arrived yesterday around 6 a.m. He was angry about something. That's what the security guy said. Then Harvey stormed off somewhere.
You said he was acting weird. What did you mean by that?
Well, the other Rangers said he was on edge lately. Staying late, checking out parts of the park no one goes to. Even said he was seeing things. God knows what that means.
So where do I go?
If you just follow the trail, you should reach the visitor center. Tell me when you get there and we'll figure out the next steps.
Well, appreciate it while we're here. Our last chance to turn back. Of course, we wouldn't be a proper protagonist if we took it. It is coming. I imagine that's foreshadowing. There's a phone hanging off the hook. Either someone was lazy and careless, or someone didn't get to finish what they were doing.
Looks like their payphone's broken.
Oh well, glad you're stuck with me.
I'm doomed.
Are we able to hang you up? There we go, we had to press E. This is really cool. See, with having this radio as a key mechanic, it can provide comfort while we're all alone out here, make us feel not so alone. But at the same time, it can also be used to introduce scares, to create anxieties. I mean, what happens when suddenly we can't reach anyone? What happens when something else tries to reach us? Let's learn a little bit about the location. Misty Lake, Ashwood Creek, Oregon, the wonderful Pacific Northwest. Elliot Lair, aged 14, last seen August 30th, 1985, so it takes place in the 80s. Radio frequency for emergency broadcasts. To ensure your safety and stay informed about any emergencies or important updates, please familiarize yourself with the following radio station. 101.5 FM, general park updates and emergency alerts. Use this channel for real-time information on park conditions, weather warnings, emergency instructions, and updates on search and rescue operations. In case of an emergency, use a walkie-talkie or a two-way radio to communicate your location and status. Keep your radio on and tuned to this channel when hiking or camping in remote areas. Regularly check for updates, especially during severe weather conditions. Or if you hear unusual sounds. That's a weird thing to post. And we already have a ranger who may have known more than we think. Dear visitors of Ashwood Creek National Park, we regret to inform you that the soda vending machine located in the parking lot will be removed on September 26th. This decision has been made due to the increasing problem of litter, with many cans being scattered throughout the forest and other areas of the park. Maintaining the natural beauty and cleanliness of Ashwood Creek National Park is our top priority, and we believe this step is necessary to protect our environment. In other words, this is why we can't have nice things. Last chance, then. But we don't have a quarter. Maybe we can scrounge for one somewhere? There is another car in this lot. Wonder who that belongs to. Alright. First things first, we should probably check in here.
A lot of broken glass around here. Look like cracked light bulbs.
Army mentioned some electricity issues briefly last week.
How often do you guys talk?
The search up going on.
Here's some quarters. We're gonna get our drink yet. And key. Can't quite make much out, but looks like maybe a wife and daughter. World's best security guard. Oh, I'll be the judge of that. Question is, why would the world's best security guard abandon their posts? Let's get ourselves a drink. There's not a whole lot left. Diet Fizzy Pop seems right. Great. Well, at least it wasn't my money. If this were Voices of the Void, I would end up bonking myself trying to get it out. Well, in we go. It's like the darkness is enveloping me as I take steps forward. The sound of the radio in the booth slowly fading out. And unfortunately, I can't be the first to make contact. The swaying of the leaves makes it seem like I can see movement. Like every time I turn around, it takes me a second to realize, okay, no, it's nothing, it's nothing. But sooner or later, it won't be. Of course, being in the woods, the first place our mind goes is to cryptids. But there is also the matter of the ranger and, well, whatever else might be out here. Oh, a footprint! Alright, so actually a whole set of footprints. Things that we can radio about will be pointed out by a white dot.
I got footprints. Human.
Wow, what a discovery.
It's not every day I run around the forest barefoot.
Barefoot?
Yeah.
But why would they be entering the park this way? It's like someone willingly came in here like this. Okay, should we go off the trail and try to follow them? There's an elevated area up here. Is that a cave? Doesn't matter. It doesn't appear we can get there. Yeah, this is definitely reminding me a lot of Firewatch, which is a game I regret playing, like, long before the channel was really a thing. But hey, maybe I have another chance in the form of this game. There's a structure over there, possibly the visitor center. From this angle, whoever was out here could have watched it from behind the trees, could they not? I also hear what maybe sounds like flowing water on the other side of these rocks. We also can't really climb a very steep angle at all. Can't check the mailbox. Wilderness, his way. Well, I suppose that's pretty appropriate. It's accurate. We can't unlock it, so the key wasn't to this. Yeah, we really can't see much without the flashlight. Got a map.
I'm at the visitor center. There's a map here.
I get my own map here, even though, it's no piece of crap. My idea was, there's a ranger cabin not too far away from you. The rangers got a whole bunch of equipment in there, but they can sleep over if they need to. But all the rangers gone from that area, no one's checked it yet. Maybe he left something inside, or, you know.
Where's the cabin on the map?
Should be near the entrance to Granite Ridge, right beneath Sentinel's Peak. You got it?
Right. I'll get going then.
Okay, let's take this with us. Now, this is interesting, and I'm really hoping... Let's find out. Yes, the map is diegetic. It doesn't show us where we are, meaning that we'll have to rely on landmarks to navigate the park, thus making the search all the more interactive. And you also said that you have a map. Imagine if we lose this thing. This sets up a lot of potential in mechanics, because imagine if we lose this map and we have to rely on landmarks and your guidance. Oh, and we can right-click to look at it closer. Okay, that's good, because I was just going to say we can't really see what we're holding, even with the flashlight. The flashlight is, I will say, a little bit bright indoors, but I really like it outside.
There's nothing. But that feeling stays with you. Now, folks, I ain't saying there's something supernatural out there in the park, but, well, you know how it is with old stories. They start somewhere. Alright, let's take our first caller. You're on with Ashwood Talks. What's got your gears grinding tonight, my friend?
Hey there, Quentin. This is Susan from the hardware store.
Susan, always good to hear from you. What's on your mind this evening?
Well, I was up near the edge of the park, just past the trailhead, and I could have sworn I heard, I don't know, a voice. Like someone whispering, but no one was around. This happened a few times.
Whispering voices? That's unsettling, to say the least. And you were out by the trailhead near Blackwood? Right where the search for young Elliot's going on?
Yeah, right there. I didn't go too far, not after I heard it. I know it's probably nothing, just a feeling. But I've lived here long enough. I know when something feels off.
You're right about that, Susan. That sixth sense, always trust it. Could be the wind, could be a raccoon, could be something else entirely. Who knows? With all the stories we hear round here, It's like we're living in a Stephen King novel. But hey, Susan, next time you feel those eyes on you, give me a call. Or maybe don't. Not sure I want to know what's lurking out there.
Will do, Quentin. Take care.
Alright, folks, I gotta say, sometimes the strangest things happen in the most ordinary places. And that brings me to the next part of the show. Weird stuff people believe. Tonight, we're talking about the best conspiracies. Now, I know some of y'all out there are nodding along like you know exactly what I'm talking about. Some folks think Ashwood Creek sits on top of a magnetic anomaly. You know, one of those weird places where compasses spin out of control and radios get all messed up. Now that sounds fun until you realize, well, you can't find your own way home. Others say it's something much more ominous. They talk about shadows in the woods, or even light dancing in the sky late at night. But hey, we all know that's just rangers playing with their flashlights after a few too many. But in all seriousness, if there was something out there, some hidden power buried beneath the hills, well, we wouldn't know, would we? We'd just keep going about our lives, thinking everything's fine, until one day something does happen. Well, folks, that's all the time we've got. Remember, as much as we like to poke fun at the strange and unusual, the real world can be just as unsettling. Keep your eyes and ears open, especially with little Elliot still missing. Every little detail helps. So until next time, keep your radios tuned right here to Ashwood Talks. And remember, if you hear whispering out there in the woods tonight, well, maybe it's just the wind. Until it's not.
So this place has got its fair share of ghost stories surrounding it and then some. As with any good spooky mystery, it's directing our attention in several different ways. So, Harvey Waters, what's your deal?
There's a little news clipping talking about Whispering Hollows. Is that the little cave next to the lake?
Little cave. It's a whole cave system that extends thousands of feet below the park.
The article's talking about some group that used to live there. Looks pretty creepy.
Yeah, I think that's bullshit. Just the kind of folklore that keeps people away from the woods.
I can tell this game's going to be so cool. I almost don't want to keep playing simply because I want to start fresh when it comes out. But we're already here. Whispering Hollows, a place of forgotten mysteries. For generations, Ashwood Creek National Park has drawn nature lovers, campers, and hikers to its rugged trails and quiet groves. But not all are aware of the park's darker folklore. Stories of those who came to these woods and were never seen again. Local legends speak of a reclusive group that once inhabited the area near what's now known as Whispering Hollows. In the late 1930s, rumors began to spread about strange gatherings deep in the forest. Some say these gatherings were harmless, just people looking to live away from society's gaze. But whispers of strange symbols and unexplained disappearances eventually cast a shadow over the group. By the early 1940s, they had vanished, leaving only a handful of vague accounts and curious marks etched on stones hidden along remote trails. So it's either nothing, or there's some bone tomahawk stuff going on out here. But the silence is the creepiest. Do we have working mirrors? Sort of. It actually almost looks like they will from an angle, but then you get in front of them and they don't. I didn't see what it said for the thing... Wait, hang on. Okay, there we go. I didn't see what it said for the key we picked up in the front gate. Yeah, you're just gonna cycle? Alright, folks, I went back and tried to see if there was anything I could unlock, maybe one of the cars, but the key didn't show me anything. So...
The gate to the park is closed. How do I get through?
There should be a key inside the center, I think.
Yeah, I got it. This really is sort of reminding me of, like, a mix between Firewatch and Crypta FM. And having the radio, presumably we can tune in throughout the night, that show going on, that almost sort of reminds me of like an Art Bell-esque thing. It's really painting its atmosphere early on. We've got our mystery, yes, but... okay, that was just me. I think this is a game that really hammers in the joy of the creepiness of being in the woods. In a woods, as some might say. There's some power lines stretching off under the moonlight. But right now, let's get our bearings. Let's figure out precisely where we are. So the visitor center is where? Right here. So this is effectively the very entrance to this whole thing. Flowing river down below. And all of it leads straight into town. Look at that, we can even catch a glimpse here right down the canyon. So close, yet so far from civilization. Listen to the crickets and the cicadas, the leaves falling. It's spooky, and we're here for a serious reason. It may even be dangerous. But at the same time, it's so calm and serene. Okay, is there a better way around here? Maybe I shouldn't spend so much time trying to find shortcuts. Let's have a look at our map. Where is this cabin? Well, it looks like we should get there either way. There may be a cut-through on the left.
So, in the car you said something about the radio. The one Mia gave you? You still got it.
I do, yeah.
Try to tune it to 101.5. It's supposed to be like an emergency frequency. Could be useful.
Alright, and we do have the ability to change frequency, so it's not just a way to convey dialogue.
This is the Ashwood Creek National Park Emergency Station, providing real-time updates on park conditions and safety guidelines. Currently, the park weather is calm. Temperatures are expected to drop tonight. Visitors are advised to prepare for colder conditions if staying overnight. Wildlife activity has increased in the northern areas of the park, specifically sightings of black bears near the river trail. Please maintain a safe distance from any wildlife and properly store food in the lockers in the Peely Lodge area. The fire risk remains low today, but remember, campfires are only permitted in designated areas. Please extinguish all fires completely before leaving your site. Camping outside of designated areas will result in a fine. If unsure, turn to the park ranger team. We remind all visitors that the southern trails remain closed due to recent damage and ongoing maintenance. The search and rescue team is continuing its operation for a missing person in the area. Ashwood Creek authorities are searching for a 14-year-old boy last seen wearing a blue jacket and red shoes near the park borders in Blackwood Trail. If you have any information, please report it immediately. Visitors are advised to avoid the designated search areas to allow teams to operate without interference. As the result of the search, no rangers are available for assistance, except for operating officers in the Peely Lodge area. Thank you for understanding. For emergencies, tune into this station for instructions or contact a park ranger immediately.
Interesting. Well, I guess that sets the mood a bit. It's a little chilly and expected to get colder. Welcome to Granite Ridge, a legacy of natural wonder. Granite Ridge stands as a testament to Ashwood Creek National Park's enduring history. Formed millions of years ago through geological processes, this magnificent ridge bears the marks of time, characterized by its sturdy granite formations that have weathered the ages. Sacred grounds. Indigenous tribes once regarded Granite Ridge as sacred grounds, honoring its rugged landscape and bountiful resources. Ancient artifacts and petroglyphs discovered in the area testify to the deep-rooted history and significance it held for these native cultures. Let's keep going. We're still on the granite trail. And we can climb up these rocks. Thank you, tutorial, for letting us know we're going the right way.
So, you on your way?
Yes, Rob. You asked me a minute ago.
There's no one to talk to this late at the station. So, how's the park treating you?
It's peaceful. Being away from all the noise.
It is also a bit scary, but see, here's the thing with me and fear. Like, a lot of the time on Urbex videos and such, people ask me, like, how can you stand to do that? Like, how are you not freaking out the entire time? And the answer is, like, I'm somebody who's nervous going downstairs to get water at night, but if I'm with even one person, I have no fear of an environment itself. It's not quite the same as being directly with someone, but having somebody to talk to on the radio would be a huge help for me in a situation like this. Which is why I'm not complaining that you're reaching out of boredom. How do you think I feel? Okay, so there's a tree down over that. Tree down over that as well.
There's a fallen tree in the way.
Just climb over it, jeez.
I can't. Not this one. It's too big.
You got it working yourself, man.
Yeah, fuck you. I'm finding a different trail.
Well, there was one over here. That one's much bigger, but we can climb under it. Down we go. Remember, we were also warned about more black bear sightings. But if it's being realistic, we shouldn't have to worry about them unless we startle them, accidentally get too close without realizing. That was a scary sound. And the hue and soundscapes have definitively shifted. Things are looking a little greener. And I can hear birds pretty clearly. Is morning coming? Getting our shoes wet right now would be miserable, especially if the temperatures are going to drop. An anarchy symbol, whatever this is, and an assertion that they are watching, all very different, all very crude. In other words, it's some kids.
I've got some tree carvings. They're strange, to say the least. Looks like some ancient symbols or something.
Yeah, there's a bunch of teenage troublemakers doing shit like this. I think at this point, they're banned from the park entirely. Not that they would care.
Looks like some of these could be related to that old group that used to live here.
Yeah, I'm sure they dig that kind of folklore.
Yeah, I don't think these are ancient. I also don't think that was me. Yeah, pushing through bushes makes a lot of scary sounds. There's like a haze. It's making it so much tougher to see. Like my eyes are struggling to adjust to this contrast and I can't focus on anything. Anything in this hollow log? Nothing we can concern ourselves with. Wait, where are we now? This looks sort of like a dead end. Well, unless we are just gonna push through the bushes like this.
You can fuck off, Mother Nature.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna do something like that when you told me I had to go through that specific opening in the bushes. Hey, there's a fire down there. Doesn't look like they completely put it out. That's irresponsible. Seawards Corporation.
There's a small shed here.
You're at the picnic spot, right? I see you on the map.
What are these sheds for, anyway?
The Rangers use them to store equipment they got. I think they're locked anyway.
But the key that I got from the front desk isn't for this. There is an axe in there. Could potentially be useful, as well as a whole toolbox. But that's not what we're doing right now. Once we get down here, we'll catch our bearings.
Somebody was at the picnic area tonight. Looks like they even wanted to stay for the night.
It's gotta be those teenagers again.
Considering recent events, why would anyone want to camp out here?
I think for these guys, it just became way more interesting to camp there.
They got a fire going and everything. You think Harvey could have gone after them?
Yeah, maybe. Keep an eye out.
Maybe he knew something and was desperately trying to keep them away. Maybe they ran when they saw me coming. I can really just, like, take one of their beers. Doesn't seem very professional. The longer I drink, the farther up we look. Okay, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Okay, well, I didn't want to litter either. Let's turn that off.
They left their boombox here. Consider it.
Nice. I heard the wildlife around here really like some punk music.
You can check one of their tapes.
Somebody left their backpack here.
Looks like they left in a hurry. You wouldn't just leave your backpack.
Should I leave it here?
Well, until you find Harvey, yeah.
Okay. Yep, they're specifically prohibiting campfires here. So, I guess they better hope a cryptid finds them first. Alright, let's get our bearings again. So, we moved up here. Where's the picnic area? Makes sense. Trail closed due to a rock slide. But we can make our way around here. Into the bushes once more.
This trail here is pretty overgrown. It's full of bushes. Any idea how to get through?
Look, your title is police investigator. You should be able to get past a couple of bushes. Find something to clear the trail with.
I think I found something. The trouble is getting in there. Should an off thing be behaving this way?
What the hell?
What is it?
The boombox on the table's on a different frequency now.
You mean to tell me it's just changed on its own? What's it playing? You hear anything?
Not much. It's distorted.
Hey, you got that little radio. See if you can tune into that frequency to clear up the sound.
You mean my radio?
Yeah, right. Tune into whatever frequency's on the boombox.
Okay. That'll be 105, I guess?
Regret. One chance. Used to act. But time moves
tune into the frequency.
And? What did you hear?
I managed to clear up the sound to hear the signal, and I heard, like, a voice.
You're very
You heard
calm.
HP?
What?
You said you heard a voice.
Do you know about this? Or at least you're interested in this very thing? You say it changed on its own. To me, it's more like something was here while my back was turned. Inviting me to be spoken to. Inviting me to listen. And you want me going deeper. Okay, we've got our hatchet. This is really cool. This is so cool. The radio is our only lifeline and potentially our biggest threat. I mean, I can't help but feel like this is a siren song. Maybe it's luring us deeper. Oh, and there's a freeform clear-cutting mechanic. We can make our own trail. It even leaves the remains on the ground. Okay, now those kids really better hope we don't catch up. I think I just heard something.
What the hell?
I saw you there. I mean, I'll be honest, that was a little bit Gmod with the way you just, like, appeared and flickered out. But you also had a pair of glowing white eyes. Let's clear this trail for the people who will have to come in and rescue me afterwards. I could climb over the rock on the right. And technically this isn't my job. Technically I'm a regular cop, but hey, I always wanted to be a park ranger. Park Ranger Voices of the Void game. I would love that. I mean, I suppose it already is, but you get the point. Alright. So we've come through the closed trail, which we should have... Yeah, we do have additional context now. I'm still trying to see. Here's the river. Okay, I think I know where I am. So this path should ultimately loop around, right? And wind up taking us to the Firewatch Tower? Oh, there's something there. Yep. I imagine a farther fall will be much scarier. We really can't take much. Sentinels lookout. Ranger cabin. We know where we're going. But I think the lookout is right here.
View's clear from here. Just miles of trees, all the way to the horizon.
Yeah. It's something, huh?
Yeah. Like I said, peaceful. Yeah, just forgot how quiet it gets out here.
It does that. Different kind of quiet.
Yeah. Different.
Well, when you put it like that... I mean, imagine, you know, nature is brutal. Everything out here has evolved to stalk its prey and to efficiently hide from it. It's strange being out here, knowing that you're seen as a predator despite being so out of your element. And so it seems very quiet for you, even though this whole place is buzzing with life. Just know that it's all out here and all hiding from you. Somebody chopping trees?
I hear, like, some weird sound.
What sound?
I think someone's chopping wood here.
You mean to tell me somebody's chopping wood in the middle of the night? Where even are you?
Just below the lookout. I think it's stopped now.
What the fuck?
Maybe they heard me. Even over the ridge. Alright, let's keep going. Things are opening up a bit, and, well, in the space of this demo, I'm not looking to get lost, but I'm sure there will be a lot of potential for exploration in the full game. Yeah, for all I know, there may be now. Granite Ridge, we've already read this. No, we're looking for that cabin.
Another fallen tree. There wasn't any crazy weather lately, right?
I don't think so.
Weird. Can we chop this out of the way? No, I've played some games recently where that was a mechanic, but we should be able to get over it quite easily. Or just around. That looks like a big blood stain. A big blood stain.
I've got blood.
Whoa, what?
There's a rock covered in blood. Looks pretty fresh. Parts of it dried out.
Fuck, you positive that's blood?
Yeah, positive. Could be animal. I can't say exactly.
Where are you right now?
Just outside the cabin.
Copy that. We need to get you back up.
Who are you gonna get? Everyone's out in the search party.
Fuck. I'll try something.
We're on our own out here, and whatever we're dealing with, it's not just an animal. I mean, I suppose this could be like a bear or a mountain lion or something dragging a deer against this rock, but we've got to assume the worst. If there's one thing a game like this loves, it's misdirection. But let's make sure we're not misdirected from something running at us. There's a fire in the cabin. Two candles lit. Oh no. Hang on, I just need the thumbnail. There we go. And maybe we'll use that, maybe not.
I'm at the cabin, but the door's locked. Looks like someone's just been here. Smoke's coming out the chimney.
You see anyone inside?
It's empty.
Shit.
Maybe it was one of the other rangers? Or Harvey?
The entire ranger force is fully deployed in the search. No one's even near the cabin right now. Look, I'm trying to get some guys to dispatch our way. I just can't get the hold of them right now.
That'd take ages, if ever.
Alright, fuck it, I'm coming in.
Hell no. Rob, stay at the station and coordinate the search party. I'm fine over here. It's not like there's someone trying to kill me. Look, I gotta get inside to investigate.
Is it safe?
Looks alright. I can see through the window.
Okay, there should be a spare key somewhere. Might be hard to find it.
I'll find a different way in.
What does that mean? Look, no dumb shit like breaking windows. We got enough on our plate already.
Well, it's gotta be around here somewhere, right? You said it might be kinda hard. Why would it be? Yeah, it would have to be in the near vicinity. Generator is running.
They got the generator going as well.
Sounds like they know their way around the cabin.
Leads me to believe that it probably was Harvey. We can climb all the way up here. But we're not going to get any further than that. Where to search? Under the rock next to the step would be another classic spot. Oh, there we go, breaking a window.
Break any windows. Did you?
Seriously? I'm a professional.
Cigarettes. A little carving of a deer. Another radio. If only we could take these binoculars with us, they might come in handy. Work report, September 1st, 1985. Name Tom Blake. Morning shift. Checked the perimeter of Misty Lake. Some campers stayed the night. Cleared debris from the main trail leading to Granite Ridge. Another black bear spotted near the Whispering Hollows entrance. Warned nearby hikers and posted caution signs. Afternoon shift. Routine check on Peely Lodge. All clear. Minor maintenance required on the west cabins. Noticed some unusual radio interference while communicating with HQ. Likely due to the storm last night. The next day, Susan Green, Granite Ridge East, conducted a safety briefing for new rangers, patrolled the lower Granite Ridge trails, no incidents, found remnants of an old campfire near WH area, cleaned up and posted no campfire signs. In the afternoon, met with local wildlife researchers, shared recent bear sightings, reported a fallen tree blocking the main road near the entrance, maintenance team scheduled for clearing tomorrow, observed increased tourist activity around Misty Lake, requesting an additional trail trek tomorrow. Maybe people trying to get in on the mystery of the missing boy? September 3rd, Michael Hopper assisted Blackwood Rangers with missing boy search operation, routine patrol of Whispering Hollows, found fresh graffiti on the cave walls, will arrange for cleanup, monitored radio channels, still experiencing some interference, so the whole team was receiving this, it's not just us. Noticed strange carvings on trees near the South Trail, possible pranksters. Weather report indicates potential storms tonight, advise campers to prepare. September 4th, Harvey Waters, coordinating missing boy search efforts, joined search in ML Blackwood areas, more and more fallen trees on Granite Trailhead, requesting additional maintenance. Afternoon shift, maintenance crew removed the fallen tree blocking the main road. Brief check on WH, still experiencing radio static around this area. So we'll keep that in mind. September 5th, also Harvey Waters, coordinated with local search and rescue team regarding a missing boy reported by his family. Traces possibly found near Whispering Hollows area. Organized a search party, including several volunteers. Unusually low wildlife activity today, even the animals know something's up. So whatever this is, it's a new aberration. Continued search for missing boy in the afternoon, covered areas GR and ML. Increased tension among the search party. No signs of the boy yet. Radio interference was intense today. Could barely communicate with HQ. September 6th, it was Tom Blake again. Assisted a lost hiker back to the visitor center, provided them with a new map and safety tips. Search party moving into higher Blackwood areas. Blackwood Rangers requested assistance in search efforts. Afternoon shift. Noticed stone carvings in GR entrance. Visited Peely Lodge. No issues reported. September 7th, Michael Hopper. Police department requested all hands on deck in missing boy search efforts. All available rangers to report at Blackwood Ranger Station. Found strange footprints near WH entrance. Larger than a child's, but couldn't identify them. Just like what we saw. Radio is dead. No communication possible. Afternoon, compass spinning wildly near certain areas. Especially WH. So Whispering Hollow is the epicenter of all this. Left markers to investigate later. September 8th. There's a weird gap between 19:08 and 5, although could just be a typo. Harvey W. Again. Tech service was conducted to fix radio issues. No specific fault detected. The forest feels alive. Not in a good way. The shadows move when I'm not looking. Radio's playing an odd frequency. Almost like a whisper. Heard my name. No wonder you were so agitated. You're essentially the me before me. how many pages are there? Okay, Harvey again on September 9th. Found fresh, deep footprints leading away from the cabin. They didn't look human. The door to the ranger cabin was locked, which is odd since I had left it open. I swear I saw shadows moving around the perimeter of the campsite. They disappear when I shine my flashlight on them. Then on the 10th, remaining fallen trees removed by maintenance teams. Investigated Whispering Hollows again. The cave seemed to be shifting. Passages that were open, now closed. In the afternoon, the forest is unnaturally silent, almost windless today. No animal sightings. Teens stayed the night at the campsite again. They ran away on sight and left their stuff. Sat down to write this entry. The shadows are closer now. Wandered deeper into the forest. September 11th. They're begging me for help. I'm sorry. Who's they? And are you sorry for being unable to help, or are you sorry for what you're about to do?
What the hell?
The lights are flickering and the flies are buzzing. Oh, really? We can't unlock it from this side? I didn't see that. 91.
What the hell?
What?
There's a...
Can you speak, goddammit?
the wall. There's writings on the wall. They're... numbers?
What?
I don't know what the hell's going on. God, the smell.
Oh, I can't fucking hear you.
Robert, I'm fucking locked in the cabin. Fuck this!
Alright, let's go. There's the ranger team. Oh, they've got a dog. I guess we'll keep an eye out. I can't get out. It respawned on me. It keeps doing so. It's like I can't change the state of this place. I figured you would want me to do this.
We're advised to prepare for colder conditions if staying overnight. They said that it would fix things,
What the fuck?
but it only brought the circle. Just like that. Over and over and over. Can't escape it. Can't make it stop.
Was that Harvey? It shattered the lights. That box of broken light bulb glass at the front desk.
That was insane. There's gotta be an explanation for this. But... Hello? Rob? God damn it, please tell me you can fucking hear me. Great. Well, I'm just telling you, I'm getting out of here. Now.
Oh, were it only so simple. You know, this happened to me once. I was out in the woods and strange voices began pursuing me. And I thought I could make it, but I had a moment of horror as I realized it was only the demo. My fate was sealed. Alright, we need to head back the way we came then, right? And just wait to find out what's going to intercept us along the way. I'm hearing the snap of branches behind me. can see you. Wait, is that Harvey? Well, it's a man with a beard and an axe.
Harvey? What you doing out here?
Can't you see? Chopping some wood.
No, what are you doing here? Your wife's worried sick. I was sent to find you.
What's your name?
I don't know if I trust you, but...
Ethan.
Ethan. Ethan Collins?
Harvey, listen.
No, you listen. They told me someone would come. Someone looking for him.
Who said that?
Those who know. They're in the whispers. The shadows. They whisper your name. Ethan. They know you.
Harvey, you need to come with me. It's not safe here.
Safe? There's no safe. The shadows are whispering about what we've done. Just like her. Just like her.
Just like who? What the fuck are you saying, Harvey?
She's still here, Ethan. They all are. Watching. Waiting. You can't escape what you've done. Neither can I. Come with me, Ethan. Come with me. Come with me. You have to leave before the shadows swallow you.
Whoa! Your voice was like distorted radio static. And that's the end of the demo.
There is something going on in these woods.
Thank you for playing the Radiolite demo. I am so intrigued by this. This is so cool. I mean, it's got those comfy and peaceful vibes of just walking around in the woods, of having enough open space to explore, and also the satisfaction of navigating via the map and landmarks. In other words, it is exactly what I love in a woods game, and it seems like it's got a really creepy story that has a lot of potential to keep us guessing all throughout. It's got a lot of style, and a lot of cool interface between its mechanics, its themes, and its gameplay. In other words, this has all the makings of a creepy and comfy, really vibes-based experience, and I can't wait to try the whole thing. I think anybody who liked Firewatch is gonna really have a blast with this, but it's also standing on its own in a lot of ways. And if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you. Our next demo tonight is for One-Eyed Lika. A game based on Slavic folklore, specifically a Russian fairy tale. Now, the name had me curious, so I did actually look into it a bit, and it seems like, while it's associated with a creature, usually a one-eyed old hag, the word itself is actually just a general term for bad luck or misfortune. I always love playing these games that kind of delve into lore that I'm not really familiar with culturally. It always means we'll be delving into something which has deeper meaning, with deeper context, yet which is completely new to me, as something so strange should be. Let's try it out. Listen to this ancient tale, and let it grow into your heart. Like a seed of the old truth. the sapling of knowledge be a spark to kindle a great flame. Once upon a time, when people still believed that there were strange spirits living among them, there lived a smith. And that's where we come in. Oh, look at that. For a moment, it was in a cropped aspect ratio, but faded like old film. This is so cool. You know, it's so rare to see a monochrome game. But we begin, an old smith just doing our job. I love how it started with narration. An old woman telling the story, passing it down just as anyone who's familiar with it would have received it. I mean, it's not shying away from the fact that this is an old story. Those are our days. Hammer away at our tools and drink up at night. Smith. Oh, there is so much style to this, so much meaningful imagery already being packed in. It was pecking. Weird. You alright, Smith? What do you want? No reason. Or were you dreaming? Hold R to answer. Oh, we've got some choices. Can you hear me? Well, we can decide. Do we want to answer the eye, the raven, or the crescent moon? The moon seems to be the important thing. Yeah, the crescent moon. Crescent moon, eh? A good omen, that is. That's what my father said to me. He once had a dream like that. Kept talking about it for a year. Turned out he wasn't wrong. He landed a contract from a wealthy nobleman. My oh my, I wish everyone could... You're looking for answers in the wrong place. What? Everyone is looking for something. Even you. What is it you don't know? Those bony fingers from an unseen person sitting across from us. It also looked like we had the option to drink the tailor's drink. I suppose I don't know the truth. There's little truth in this world. True knowledge is gained only by those who have walked through the dark forest. Those who have seen Liko. What? Hardship. Liko, you mean? So I'm going to look for it. With the stylized monochromatic visuals, the paranormal threat based in folklore, and the fact that this game is spoken entirely in its own language, I cannot help but feel that there's some inspiration from Mundown. And it definitely feels worthy. This is super cool so far. Not to mention deeply atmospheric. And giving us a fair bit of choice in how we progress. Not only in our dialogue, but also in our just small interactions with the environment. Can't drunkenly stumble my way in there. Hey! Oh, there you are. Let's be careful not to fall into the latrine ditch. Look at how many stars there used to be in the sky. Oh, I'm coming.
Здравствуй.
When we're in this drunken state, it's good to have a friend. Where are you going?
Все говорят,
Well, brother, they say there's evil in this world,
никакого лиха не
but I've never seen any,
Ну вот иду искать.
so I'm going out to look for it. Let's go find it together. I'm a prosperous man too, and I've seen no evil. Let's go out and find us some.
Как душно.
What a quiet, oppressive place.
Ни зверя,
This looks like the right way.
До сих
No animals
пор
either, just
тропу
nothing.
видно.
The path is still visible. Oh my, what a couple of privileged fools we are. But you progress with me. Look at how awesome this game looks. I mean, it is just full of atmosphere. Also, native Russian speakers, sorry, I know you guys have said before that it is distracting for me to be speaking over a language you understand, but it moves kind of fast, so I need to keep up. Mysterious forest. Oh. When the grass moves in the breeze, it's like I can feel the ground sliding out from under me. There's a little shrine. This whole video so far has just been a great one for walking in the forest sims.
Знаешь, я так пошел.
You know, I went for a reason.
Как так?
What reason?
Говорят, кто
They
лихо
say you can get
узнает,
everything you ever wanted
тот
if you seek
получит
Liko
всё,
out.
что захочет. Только кому верить?
Should I believe that?
Есть ли оно вообще?
Is Liko even real?
Вот ты веришь в
Do you
лихо?
believe in Liko? And for what we just saw, yes.
Не хочешь говорить?
Верю.
I do.
Иначе зачем?
Why
идти?
bother otherwise?
Я верю.
Me too.
Знаешь, я пошел,
You know,
чтобы сшить
I went with you to make a great
кафтан.
kaftan.
Царь кафтан.
A Tsar's kaftan.
Мастерство хочешь
You want to
обрести?
achieve mastery?
Да, именно.
Yes,
Я и
exactly.
тебе сшил новый
I'd sew one for you, too.
Вот
I'll do it first thing once we get out of here. You're a good friend. That's what we're learning. So we seek out this being to learn some missing truth? Well, I read a little bit about the folklore, and something tells me it's not going to go our way. Or we'll make it not go our way if we get greedy. Also, those were some sick dance moves we just saw from you. Feel like a couple of little hobbits venturing out to seek great adventure.
Ты погляди, ворота какие.
Just look at those gates. There's a scroll here, and apparently some bioluminescent mushrooms. Maybe this takes place in the Infraverse. Mistress. Forest. Right. All notes are stored in the inventory. We can press tab to open it and read them again at any time. No pushing. We'll all get there eventually.
Пограничье какое-то.
Some kind of border.
Да.
Yeah.
Так зачем ты ищешь его? На
Why are you looking for it, really?
Правда хочешь знать?
Do you really want to
Да
know?
все просто. От этой
Well, it's
жизни
simple.
серой спасения
The remedy to the
только
dullness
на
of
дне
this life can be
стакана.
found only at the bottom of the glass.
Я тебе говорил,
You know,
мне привиделся
I
месяц.
told you. I
В
saw a
этом
crescent
какой-то
moon.
старый забытый смысл.
There's something ancient about
И
it,
я
long
хочу его
forgotten,
узнать.
and I want to find out what it
Ну,
is.
Бог тебе в помощь.
Well, God help you then. This is going to be a curiosity killed the cat style adventure, isn't it?
Господь Вседержитель.
Dear Lord.
Изба большая.
A big izba.
Одним окном горит.
One window is lit.
Ночь.
It's night.
Некуда идти.
Nowhere else to
Пойду как
go.
внутрь зайти.
I'm gonna look for a way in.
Я тут подожду.
Okay, I'll wait here. Have you guys ever heard of knocking on the door? Back in these times, I imagine hospitality would have been quite valued.
Нужен какой-то предмет.
I need some kind of item. You know, maybe it's locked for a reason, but look, the gaps in the door, we can peek through them. There's no crouch, so we need to angle ourselves correctly. I can't see much. I am really putting myself at risk of a jump scare here. No, there seems to be a smear of a barrier preventing me from seeing.
Идолы поганые.
Idols. Perhaps I can find something through this clearing. More eyes like I saw in my drunken vision.
Ворон.
That crow's eyes are glowing. Maybe it did successfully bite off a piece of the moon. And it shows no fear either. It's offering the key to me.
Вот и ключ к избушке.
Here's the key to the Izba. All found items are stored in the inventory. Well, at least we found our hospitality. Found anything?
Похоже, ключ от избы.
Looks like the Izba key.
Пойдем.
Let's go.
Ладно, я следом.
Alright, I'll follow. Hey,
Дверь заклинила.
the door is jammed.
Портной, ты
Taylor, are you there?
там? Поищи другой вход.
Go look for another
слышишь?
entrance, you hear?
Черт.
Yeah, I know enough Russian to understand that. So here we are in one of these glowing funguses. Or I say glowing, no, those are actually candlesticks, long and twisted. But there's a flame burning on the ends of them. Well, as twisted as these stands. We're in the witch's house now, and the architecture is so deep it almost feels more like entering a cave than a house. It's like a dark chapel. All kinds of things piled up in the gap between the wall. Right-click to light a match. Press again to throw it away. I suppose that's to be our only source of light. Thankfully, these matches seem to burn quite brightly. Although, not for long. Oh, we can burn things as a mechanic. For a moment, it's like having a floodlight. Even tossing it down does start the flame. That is really cool. This game just is so good looking. Like, it's got this style, and yet it's still really, really sharp. Oh. They're tangling everywhere. My first thought is bodies, but that's a lot of mass. The mysterious forest, one of 3. I was traveling the forgotten path with a flock of shades who had walked it before. Long ago, everyone had to walk this path. They whispered the ancient meaning of the rite. I will document it all, for the understanding is long lost. Maybe it will help you, the one who will walk this way after me. The path started at the murky edge of the forest. We stepped into the mossy midwood where the treetops hid the sky. The spreading branches of 1,000-year-old firs lured us into the eternal night and the thick fog, into the overgrowth of mushrooms and ferns. I was frightened, but I continued to walk the path. The shades showed the way. There was a wooden hut before us, old and ominous, the belly of a long-forgotten chimera. And we just walked the same path, didn't we? Can't get through that door. I like how it still remains an active light source until it burns itself out. Many previous victims.
Чесало для шерсти.
A wool comb. For keeping the sheep well groomed. And a wood horse.
Глаз на нем.
Odysseus. A ship with an eye. Sorry, I'm doing a number on your fingers here. Apples. Under arches, on the ground, apples rolling firm and round. I'll take one, deep red in hue, and I'll share with Kuska, too. I've really got to wonder how translations work for rhyming poetry like this.
Калики.
Pilgrims. We can middle click to look closer. There's a similar mechanic in Mundown. Oh, it's branches from the window. For a second I kind of thought it was like the legs of a spider creature.
Печать какая-то, что ли? Ну,
Is that
пусть дальше
some
лежит.
kind of seal? I shall let it stay something. I didn't get to read that. 1862, it seems to say. Is that something moving back and forth in a suspended crib? Oh god, if it turns out to be the Eraserhead baby,
Здесь нужен подходящий
I need a
предмет.
corresponding item.
Этим смогу из печи что
I can
достать.
take something out of the oven with this oven fork. Okay, so we can light that. Oh, come on. There you go. Take the oven fork. And use that. No, wait, how do I... Okay, we can use it like that. We really needed to burn all that away to grab it? That is a human jawbone on the bench.
Лихоманки проклятые.
Plague bringers. A group of women, maybe witches?
Чудище какое-то.
Polyphemus. A monster. Okay, I didn't pick up the other ones, so let's make sure we don't just click away from these things. Let's actually take them. Well, I guess we can't take this one. But does it still go into our thing? Yes. Yes, it does. Alright. Let's see what we can do here. Oh! Taylor, you scared the crap out of me. Nice hut.
Портной.
Dang it, Taylor.
Тоже дверь
The door slammed shut behind me.
Ночь.
It's night.
Некуда идти.
I know. We have nowhere else to go. Yes, that's true. Oh no, are you doing the Watson thing from those old Sherlock Holmes games where you only move when I'm not looking?
Видишь икона в красном
See the icon in the red corner up
Это
there?
всевидящее
That's
око.
the all-seeing eye.
Вот око Господне,
Behold, the eyes of the Lord are upon them that fear him, and on them that hope in his mercy,
что Он душу их спасет
to deliver their
от
souls from
смерти
death
и
and
во
feed them
время
in
голода
famine.
пропитает их.
Look at that, some sort of... Darwin's skeleton charm in the rafters. Oh, there is so much detail to look at. And you know, it's worth so much more than a bunch of bodies strewn about that there's only one human jawbone here. Just waiting to be noticed in amid the clutter. Alright, what do we do with the Eraserhead baby? A cradle. With an evil spirit. I'd say you have an underreaction to this, but remember, we are a couple of guys who just simply believe in these things. Only issue, we're stuck in here with it. We just kind of have to make the best of it. We need 3 of these things. Odysseus, Polyphemus.
Печать какая-то.
We can't take the seal.
Пусть дальше лежит.
But perhaps we can burn you away. You're embedded in straw. This is the inciting incident, isn't it? The darkness I didn't even notice was there seemed to fade away as you burned. But the bugs swarming at your feet probably mean we haven't really destroyed you.
Может пригодиться.
All. They come in handy. It's a door to the basement.
Вот око Господне над боящимися Его и уповающими на милость Его.
You're just saying that all over again.
И во время голода пропитает.
I didn't even have to click on you that time.
Наша уповает на Господа. Он помощь.
Our soul waiteth for the Lord, for he is our helper and protector. I don't know if the Lord can see us here. I mean, have you looked up yet? Yeah, I heard it closing behind me. Can use the match kind of like a flare. Once more, we're all alone. Just how deep does this go? Come on. Don't want to be left in total darkness. I was just turning around to make sure Taylor wasn't secretly following me. Maybe it's not too late for spider demons. Hello? Oh my god! Or any other kind. I can't help but feel we're desecrating something. The all-seeing eye. Okay, so it will translate any Russian text that we see in the environment. Come on. It is so uncomfortably silent down here. Silent as the grave, you might say. These candles light in my presence.
Алтарь какой-то.
Looks like an altar.
Голову держит.
It holds a head.
Одноглазая.
One-eyed.
А у этого в руках что?
What is this one holding? It looks like some kind of flame. Or maybe a book? Still, you seem to have a gasp of realization at the figure with one eye.
Мастерская работа.
Masterful work. Book of the Worlds. Well, we can take it. But should I? The Odyssey.
Дальше вся книга пустая.
The book is blank beyond this point. Thank goodness for the translations. Odysseus and his fellow travelers arrived on an island of fierce Cyclops and descended into the cave of Polyphemus, who was known for his incredible cruelty. The one-eyed monster captured the intruders, accusing them of violating the laws of hospitality. He lifted a stone of enormous size and trapped them inside a cave along with his flock. Kinda like what's happened to the two of us. Is it suggesting that this part of the Odyssey was pulling from an encounter with a creature much like the one we're about to? Very soon, the ogre began devouring the captives, 2 at a time. Odysseus, perceptive and cunning, abandoned the desperate idea of killing Polyphemus in his sleep, realizing that doing so would leave the exit from the cave inaccessible. Then, the king of Ithaca, skilled in all arts, devised a cunning plan. He and his fellows made a sharp stake out of Polyphemus's enormous club. Odysseus offered Polyphemus strong wine, thereby lulling Cyclops into a false sense of security. As soon as he fell into a deep sleep, Odysseus and his loyal companions heated the stake in the fire and plunged it into the ogre's single eye. Maddened by pain and rage, blinded Polyphemus began letting the sheep out to pasture. Odysseus instructed his men to tie the animals together in 3s and hide beneath them. He himself clung to the belly of Polyphemus's favorite ram. Thus, unnoticed by the blind monster, they escaped from the cave. Maybe it's foreshadowing? Well, let's put it down.
Что за книга?
What is this book?
Почему она здесь?
Why is it
И
here?
где я сам?
And where am
Чертовщина
I?
какая-то.
Hellish stuff. I suppose you're not familiar with Homer's work? Now, here's the issue. That looks like daylight, yet we crawled so far down to get here. We're leaving our friend behind, and now we've intruded and stolen. But we were invited. So is it really an intrusion? Oh, what, are you getting impatient here? I figured running would take away from the moment.
Пахнет морем, океаном.
Smells of
Всё
the
это
ocean.
в подполе?
And this is all under a hut? The ferry. No, we haven't come out below the hill it rests on. That basement is a gateway to another world. A world of myths and legends, I would wager. This game is really, really sweet.
Остров.
The
Лика
island.
где-то там. А
Lika is
портной,
somewhere out here.
может, и к лучшему,
And the
что он с
tailor.
ним не повидается.
Maybe
А
it's for
вот
the
и
best he
лодка.
won't be seeing her.
На ней доберусь.
Here's a boat. It can take me there. He's a good friend. I'm still not sure about ourselves. The passage. I stepped into the belly of that eerie hut, and just like that, I found myself at the threshold of worlds. My road now led through the land of the dead, straight to the one-eyed mistress of the animals in her ancient sanctum. Knowing what was coming didn't calm my fear. Up ahead, the island of the dead awaited, where the living pass even deeper into the underworld, and only one path led there, through the burial rite. Are we sure we can even still call ourselves a living person at this point? These markings on the rocks.
Здесь нужен
I
подходящий
need a
предмет.
corresponding item.
Не отцепить.
It won't budge. It's chained to this device. But maybe if we climb up here, we can find something. Burning totems. Seems like bad juju. You gotta love that selective fire. Hey there, you. It's like you yourself were anticipating the intrusion. You wear a mask that reminds me of an owl. We can also continue through here. There's a deeper path. Let me guess, I take this ring off the wall?
Не пойму, что тут.
Can't make out what it depicts. Some kind of design of the Chud people. And you're gone. Yep. Saw it coming. For a second, I thought they were writhing limbs in the heat from the skeletons. Is that a skull? Some kind of giant ancient bones? Many, many bones. This is the lair of the Bone Brigade. There's a combination lock. 4, 5, 3, 2. There we are. Well, that was surprisingly easy.
Еще одна страница.
Another page of the Book of the Worlds. Oh, we need to complete it. Perhaps we're here to perform a service. The third voyage. Sinbad and his fellow travelers arrived at a remote island where they discovered a mysterious house of an ogre. The ogre's eyes blazed with fire, and he was black and monstrous. The creature grabbed the fattest of his visitors, broke his neck, and roasted him on a spit. The rest he locked inside his house. They spent 2 days in this house, and during that time the ogre devoured 2 more. On the third night, Sinbad and his companions heated 2 spits and thrust them into both the monster's eyes. Blinded, the ogre was unable to find his captives and left the cave. Sinbad and his companions followed him out and made their way to the rafts. The ogre finally found them with the help of his ogress, but the sailors had already set sail from the shore. The monsters hurled stones at them, and most of the sailors perished. Sinbad, however, managed to escape to another island with 2 of his fellows. The third voyage of Sinbad the Sailor, The 1001 Nights. Now, this is a story that I'm not familiar with, but it's very similar to the story of the Cyclops. Now, it's possible that one story takes after the other. Of course, all stories tend to be passed down and telephoned, and you can trace a lineage. But maybe they're all variations of one truth? Either way, it seems like this whole game is a celebration of folklore. Of the myths and legends that make up culture. There's another scroll. Mistress of the Animals. I knew there dwelled a one-eyed goddess in the underworld. Only those who reached her temple and passed her trials were able to seek her indulgence. I followed the spirits, and I dreaded meeting her. What gifts could the Mistress of the Animals give me? Skill in the hunt? Magical dance moves? Witchcraft? I craved those gifts, and I feared them. An awareness that there's always a catch with these things. Oh no, are we at Cauldron Lake? Well, actually, such a thing wouldn't be unfitting, given that this is all about fiction and stories. Also, it was a hard decision, I admit, but I am sort of impressed with my own restraint to refrain from making a Sinbad the Comedian joke. Can't do it without the right item, so I'm still missing something. We can burn the door to this house as well. All this is in the name of preparing us for what we're about to see.
Избушка какая-то.
A tiny izba. Now, I do wonder, is an izba something specific? Because you've chosen not to translate it directly if not. I feel like I can just smell the waves. Oh. The lock is holding the boat in place, right, but we need to make it match what we discovered. Problem is you do that, everything moves everything else. So you go there. Oh, this is going to be a whole issue. You are like that, and you're like that. Oh, I am very familiar with that Island of the Dead. The thought was already in my mind, but it wasn't until I saw it that I knew specifically what it was you were referring to. That famous artwork that I first became aware of through Signalis and has actually become fairly prominent in my life since then. Well, here we are at the gates. Some pedestals here on the ground. And what? I didn't get to read that. We need to find the 4 keys. Mark? Is he at war? John. He couldn't stop the plague. Here's Matthew. But is he dead? And Luke. But the fields are barren. Are these like angels or saints or something? We can go off in several directions. There's another of these jars. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Some kind of gargoyle statue.
Так просто эту статую не
You
снять.
can't just remove the statue. Can't I? Oh, this seems like such a bad idea.
Трехглазый.
The ox. Three-eyed. So I imagine we're looking for eyes 1 through 4. And of course all things descend to a crypt. It kind of looks like somebody got up and left.
Выкалывают глаз.
Gouging out an eye. Yes, eyes are certainly a common theme here for obvious reasons. Looks like these levels are going to be somewhat open and really all about going on the journey of learning the old lore so that we can learn how best to take without being greedy. Perhaps.
Орел.
The eagle.
Посмотрим, отворит
Let's
ли
see if
этот
this
Иван
eagle will open the
ворота.
gates. Oh my, we are very weighed down by all this. It actually feels like my character is moving slower. A many-headed beast guards the gates. Well, that's 2. Let's say the eagle and the ox. I think that's right. Is there any way for us to check?
Иоанн. Не спас от лихорадок.
Not like this. By pressing F, you'll take the matchbox out and examine it. There's another of our keys.
Одноглазый, что ли?
A one-eyed angel. It has indentations for more.
Ой, зараза.
Maybe it gouged them out. Another mountain of skulls. Well, they don't call it the Island of the Dead for nothing. This whole place seems to be shifting. Very seismically active. Man, I am really getting a lot of mileage out of this matchbook, huh? Most useful one in gaming. Typically matches like really suck, but here, not only are they actually great lighting, they're essentially our forward button. Helpers. I looked around and I saw the dead. They were still following the same path, and I was following them. But now I saw that none were traveling alone. Each was accompanied by a spirit in the form of an animal or a bird. I felt their power. It was both the power of the dead and the power inherited from their ancestors. I saw a thin, almost invisible connecting line between each shade and its helper. It was as if they were bound forever. I was getting close to the underworld. Startling birds everywhere we go.
Дурной лев какой-то.
The lion. Such a silly looking lion. You are not in a position to talk right now. Seems to have an imperfect halo behind its head. I hope this crypt leads us back. It seems it does. There's another combination lock. with my copyrighted material back there. I was wondering if maybe that might reveal something. Lives are spun on the wheels. Hang on now, there must be something, right? I wonder if these provide a hint? I'm not sure. Well, the angel first.
Я же вставлял эту статую.
Didn't I already place the statue? This is some devilry at work. The lion here. The eagle goes here. But I really do think that that's our ultimate duty, to gather these stories and understand. Is this to be a bonfire? A beacon that we need to light? Oh, the wheels upon which lives are spun out of wool. Created on the Isle of the Dead and eventually to come back. Grave. And it's our own. Why did you wake her up? 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 Ah, I have guests. I shall have something to sip on. Oh, that's the demo. That was super cool. It has such a love and appreciation for stories and legends. I really enjoy the style in much the same way that I enjoyed Moondown. I mean, it really is like the fear of being told these stories as a child. And not the kind of stories we heard as children, like the kinds that really didn't hold back whatsoever, non-sanitized. And being so young is to fear that these things are really out there. On the one hand, it's tempting. I mean, we see that they consider their lives to be dull and bleak. Something like this, for as dark and dangerous as it is, it does offer them just something to do, some adventure that they're desperate for. And yet, they're well aware that they need to tread lightly, worried that they may make some mistake and offend something that doesn't necessarily adhere to normal morality. Whether that was really him or at all, I don't know, but it's like we spent all this time on this journey trying to find something, and we felt nothing but regret once we finally reached it. Super cool, and once more, I cannot wait to try it. Feels a little bit Resident Evil 7, doesn't it? Our final demo for tonight is Remorses, a psychological horror game taking place in 1991, in which we, as an investigator, enter the woods in search of rumors of witchcraft. It seems a theme has emerged tonight, period pieces set in the woods. And I am really interested in this one. In the email to me, the developer actually mentioned that they've recently got talent from Outlast and Visage, so I'm really curious to see what this will be like.
Well, here we are. End of the line. And the place looks deserted. I guess it's time to start looking. Sure nobody will mind me poking around a little, won't they?
How are you gonna poke with no hands? The setting and the font really remind me of Alan Wake 2. Oh, there's our hand.
Hello, hello. This is Jake Lepisto, and I'm here in River Valley to investigate the so-called witch people are so scared about. I need to find a way inside the construction site first.
That road is pretty aggressively closed off. Maybe the locals know more than we think. Now, this takes place in 1991, so it's really interesting that we're playing as a character like this in a time before the age of podcasts and true crime. I do wonder what this is all for. Maybe we're writing a book? Or maybe we're being paid by someone? Still, the idea of witchcraft as the backdrop of all of this is really interesting. It's something that's not often explored, but there's plenty of potential in it. Well, we're not getting through that way. So how do I move on?
I'm here in River Valley to investigate
We can go back and listen to these at any time by pressing F. No, seriously, where am I going? Oh, there's a path right here. Well, I suppose randomly into the woods is as good a direction as any. Oh, I think that was just the branches moving in the breeze. I thought for a second there was something crouched on top of the log. Okay. I am definitely primed if I got that much of a start already. I can't help but see those branches as twisted hands reaching out to me. Like something leaning over a wall and trying to grab downward. There's a pile of stones forming a staircase, so clearly this path is traveled. At least it was at some point.
What the fuck happened here? Feels like a graveyard.
I keep thinking I see and hear things. Oh, this forest is just so big. I mean, these trees are gigantic. Look at that. Look how wide that one is with the cabin in front of it. Is this also the Pacific Northwest? There's a trail leading that way. But who can resist the allure of a porch light in a distant cabin? Okay, let's try and peek in the windows first. Oh, no, it's so old and decrepit that the windows are completely dusted over. Hello? New enough for the owner to be eating Doritos. There's a fire pit back here. The outhouse is stacked with bags. Alright, nothing to do now but try the front door. Despite the padlock on the front, it opens just fine. Good thing the ambient light is enough to not require a flashlight. Got lots of supplies, a wood-burning stove, and some opened but uneaten cans of food. The light's on, but it doesn't look like anybody's lived here for quite some time. Although someone clearly was if there's a fire in the back. A newspaper that we cannot read. And, well, I suppose it's sort of Blair Witchy in a way. We're given a vague notion that there's something supernatural out here. And other than that, we're left to our own devices. To be honest, I find the fact that this place is empty less strange than the fact that it's here at all. But there was another path back this way. Maybe things will be more fleshed out in the full release. I'm kind of surprised we didn't get any dialogue from the cabin.
Voice message from Tasha. Let's see.
Hey Jake, you're probably already on your way to River Valley, so I don't even know if you'll hear this. I don't know, just felt like I needed to send you something. Because it's silly, but sometimes it's the only way I feel I can reach you when you get in one of your, nothing can stop me moods. You sounded off recently. I know, I'm a worrywart. There's probably some truth to that. You know me, always the overly cautious one. You always act like nothing phases you. I'm coming back home soon, so don't do anything crazy, okay? Maybe I'm just overthinking. Just promise me you'll be careful. I know you guys. Jake. I just get this feeling every time you do stuff like this. Don't leave me here worried. Alright, that's all, I guess. Have fun. Take lots of pictures and remember, back in one piece. Yeah? Just text me when you're back.
So, question, how am I receiving this? Like, cell phones were a thing in the early 90s. Could you actually, like, receive voicemail on them? By the way, I feel like we'd have no service. Unless she left us something on the recorder itself. Oh, and we must also be pretty successful at what we do if we have a cell phone. Construction site. So this place that is under construction has this old rickety sign just leading the way through the forest. Unless it wasn't made by the workers themselves. We couldn't really venture off the road in the beginning, but it does seem like the woods themselves are fairly open. It doesn't stop us from wandering through the brush. Which means we can get lost. So let's keep an eye out. This game is so pretty. You know, we're 3 for 3 tonight on no games and 3 short horror games being faux PS1. Yeah, they're also not so short. I don't know when demos started being an hour long. It is a better representation of the product, to be fair. A meal, a bed, relaxing music. Why don't we just stay here? Another night passes. I wake up and question myself. Does she really live near me? We had a blast. It felt so good, so real. I felt loved. I don't care about having sex. I just want to feel a deep connection and warmth. 5 minutes in, I realize it was all a dream again. Do these dreams ever stop? Feels like my heart's been ripped out, like I'm going through a breakup. Again. I feel like crap for a week, like it's always the same cycle. It sucks. Sometimes I wonder, how long can I bear this? Feels like I'm breaking up every 2 weeks. Thank God they gave us pen and paper at least, so I can vent this stuff. I hate writing, but this helps. I'm a bit jealous of Para and Jared. I could be living with Eli like that. He knows how to play guitar. I think I could get along with him. He would definitely need to give me some tips on how to find a real girl. He can definitely play his cards right. Or is it just luck? For real feels like it. There's not a time that will magically just come. Come on. Guess it's lonely out here, just here in your little sad boy shack. General rules. Throw unnecessary stuff to the junk hut. If you don't use or need something, it goes in the junk hut by the windmill. Don't clutter up your space. Always lock the gate after leaving the site. Security is important. If you leave, make sure the gate is locked. Don't leave it open for anyone to wander in. Well, let's look and see if the gate was locked. That'll be one of the first big indicators, whether this place is simply left for now or left for good in a hurry. Oh boy, is it bad luck to walk through here? Feels like it might be. Still, it does seem like there's a good bit of exploring to be done. So, let's explore. All these shacks are collapsed. Well, I guess this is the junk hut. It doesn't seem like proper disposal. But then again, I doubt any regulatory bodies are really checking on anyone out here. This place is a wreck. I wonder if this is supposed to currently be an active construction site or if it's known to be abandoned and is just a landmark. Well, we can take this shovel, potentially do some digging.
I guess it'd be better to move on from here. Before anyone notices that I'm... yeah.
Trespassing? Dude, it's the early 90s. I wouldn't worry about it. Seriously, I always think about how much easier it must have been to get away with this stuff back then. When there's not cameras everywhere, no license plate tracking. Of course, it would be harder to find out about this stuff to begin with. But that's also part of the appeal. Probably fewer security measures because fewer people are doing this. Everything isn't being bought up instantly. And there's less vandalism, graffiti, things to damage the experience. Alright, Shrek, I'm gonna need you to be real cool as I approach this door. Unfortunately, we can't open it. See, now here's somebody who kept a tidy space. And tidy notes. Laura's memo. I don't really care about the ethical side of the project. I get good money, and I'm emotionally so numb I can't even care. But it is what it is. What do you mean, ethical? Are you maybe disturbing something that was already here? Sam told me the other day to see a therapist. I know he's trying to help, but talking about it doesn't fix anything for me. I don't need anyone to tell me it's just how it is sometimes. I just want real friends, ones with the same values. That's all. This sucks, but honestly, better alone than stuck in fake friendships. Glad I've listened to myself to some extent. It's way better this way. Keeping everything tidy really helps with the mental clutter and relieves stress. I feel so great now that it's become a habit. It's not so bad after all. I know that I'm lonely. That's why I even started here. But honestly, keeping everything tidy is the first step to mental freedom. I don't really feel that bad anymore, even though my emotions are a bit numb. Writing things down also helps a little. I guess it clears my head. I don't always know what to say, but putting words down helps me understand things better. It's not perfect, but it's something. At least it's something. Seems like just about everybody on this site was cracking up. But those stains don't look good. Very interesting how not just the notes, but the physical details of each space tell a story. This is doing really cool things stylistically, and it shows how, like, there's a wide range of ways you can portray something, like walking around in the woods. I mean, in the other game, it was fairly dark, but we had our flashlight that worked really well. Here, it's all bathed in this blue. It's kind of like being underwater. Anyway, there's another path through here. So let's see what that's about. Some tall bushes on either side. Oh, it's kind of like being lost in a cornfield. You can't help but feel that something's watching you. And everybody's left their lights on, huh? Hey, that's crazy how the light reflects so much that it glows just like the outside. This guy had a guitar. Maybe a poet as well? Draft 5. I don't have all the answers, but I know what matters. It's you, and I'll keep building, because that's how I show you I care. Draft 4. Sometimes I feel like I'm building more than just a house. I'm building something for us. You make this place feel like home. Not the walls, not the roof. Just you. Draft 3. I don't need to be anyone else. Just need to be me with you. We've got something real, and that's all I need to keep going. Draft 2. I'm not the best with words, but I know when I look at you, everything's right. You make it all feel like it's worth something. You're a romantic in several ways. Draft 1. Worked all day, hands sore, but I know when I get home, it'll be worth it. You're worth it. I've always been a builder and a crafter. That's just who I am. I finally finished it. Took me a while to get the words right, but I think I got it this time. It's simple, but that's what I like. I don't need all the fancy stuff, just what feels right. I'm excited to play it for her when I get home. It's been a bit of time now. Well, just wait 20 years. In the grand scheme of things, Minecraft's just around the corner. And Stalker 2. Okay, there's the... Oh, no, there's more. I didn't even notice the scroll bar. Shut up and stay in your hut. The forest isn't a playground. Don't mess around. Stay inside your hut after dark. It's safer that way. No trespassing in restricted areas. Certain zones are off limits. Stay out of these areas. No alcohol or drugs on site. Work requires clear heads. No exceptions. Whistling. If you hear whistling, don't respond. Don't engage if you hear whistling in the forest. Don't do it yourself either. Work until you drop. No breaks unless the supervisor says so. You're being paid for this, so keep working no matter what. If you feel like quitting, you're in the wrong place. It's starting to feel like management actually knew something about this site. Whistling in the forest. Now there's a creepy thought to keep in the back of our head. That way to the construction site. There's all these strange trenches. Giant dead branches poking out of them. Maybe running around the woods isn't the best idea. Maybe I should take their advice. In any case, this also says it leads to the construction site. Now I really don't feel alone. Which is why I really like the decision. It's something all these games have done pretty well. Is the lack of music in these moments. Just letting the forest ambiance speak for itself. It's a silence, but like a different kind of silence. Just like our protagonist in the first game said. I feel like I may have just heard a footstep somewhere. Maybe it's just me. Okay, I'm assuming that would have been the other path. Oh, but it branches off once more. I think I found evidence of witchcraft. So is this not enough for you? Do you really want to get close to that into the radius anomaly? Well, they did lock the gate. And we don't require a key.
Anybody nearby?
You're a certified moron. Well, you found your story.
Where is everyone? Did they all quit their jobs at once? Or maybe they just vanished.
That little self-banter would make a lot more sense if you couldn't see this right now. That cigarette is still lit. Did whatever happened here just happen? That radio is on as well. We can continue walking all the way through. But someone really didn't want us to. What is this? And why is my character not reacting to it? I'm actually wondering if this is even supposed to be here right now.
What the hell are they building in there? Better keep my distance.
Seriously? Alright, well, what if we do the exact opposite? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I guess it doesn't matter because we're not touching it. I guess it's enough that you decided to be cautious, even if you don't seem to be questioning it much.
It's getting dark as hell in here.
It's also ramshackle.
Fuck! My eyes! What's wrong with my eyes? I can't see.
There's something up in that tree. I swear I just heard something like whispers or voices in the soundtrack. Oh. We've got some weird LOD foliage here as well.
Fuck! Oh, God. It feels like it's splitting apart. What the hell? What the hell happened to me? What is this place? How did I end up here? Fuck, this better not be what I think it is.
What do you think it is?
I can't stay trapped for much longer. I gotta figure a way out. And soon.
Something brought me here, and clearly I'm not the first. I don't have any light source either. But the clock is ticking. Right. The hinges look rusty. Oh, it's an escape room, effectively. Look at that, it's got maggots crawling all over it. Why am I looking for this long? Wait, there's something down here. A hammer. Okay. Yes, the hinges do look rusty. So why don't we use thing? I guess that's not what it's for. Nothing useful on these shelves. But I can move the side table drawer out of the way. And the hammer can knock out these bricks. Look at that. We can see worms and bugs and all these things crawling on the floor as we come through. Those what once saw too much now holds the way. I can't help but be reminded of the Blair Witch. Oxalic acid. Maybe we can dissolve those hinges? Oh, what is this? We're messing with witch's brew now. Nothing here. God. A tool is required. Great. I imagine whatever that tool is will be found past those hinges. More things disappearing as I crawl over them. I mean, it was a cozy walk through the forest. It was nice while it lasted. But now it's immersing us in filth. Dark spark. The lighter only works in the dark. It won't light up in well-lit areas, and only works where darkness is present. Is it like some kind of magical artifact? Okay, so how do we use it then? If we turn off the lights, then we should be able to use it, right? But how do we? According to the controls, light is R, but it won't let me use it here. Maybe I can turn this stuff off? I can't mess with you. Wait, there are things here. Right? Can I read it? I guess not. I guess I'm not allowed to read that note. Dude, I've been wandering around forever. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. What? What? Seriously? All right. Well, we found the pixel.
Shit.
I was gonna joke about how that should be your reaction, but then you went and did it for me. I guess here's where we're gonna learn about the dark spark. Curtains all along the wall. God, that makes me uncomfortable. The ridges make me think that along any length I'll see a pair of old-fashioned shoes poking out. Can't help but see the skull in the wallpaper design.
This place, it's suffocating. I need to find a way to regain my balance.
Low sanity may trigger dangerous events. Fresh air from windows increases your sanity. Beware, too frequent use imposes a cooldown. The window icon indicates when windows can be used again. That's pretty cool, and they're indicated by the growth of bright and vibrant life around them. I always talk about how suffocating these environments can feel in games, and to actually have to poke our head out the window, it's almost like I can feel the cool night air filling my own lungs. That's pretty neat. It'll go away automatically when we find some light. What are those roots? Okay, so passing in front of this is not good for us. So let's go through. Hello? A tool for gouging eyes. Was that the voice of the woman we heard before? Alright, let's make our way back quickly. This little jaunt down the hallway has not been beneficial for my mental health whatsoever. It's got some somewhat unresponsive clicking. Alright, I got the other. Feels like something we'd have to do in the Outlast trials. I always think about that in horror games. Think about how only moments ago there was still a chance to turn back. And now that reality is so far away, almost fantasy. No, not that. A baby crying. We're in an upper floor. Your turn, Russ. Rana. What did we just do? Well, it got us forward, I suppose. A many-armed creature stalking a woman in the night. Why does that send chills down my spine? There's environments are just really gritty and dirty and detailed. It definitely feels like there's a bit of Resident Evil 7 inspiration in here as well. That's the final chapter of the Blair Witch. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! There's an actual enemy! Can she come up here? Oh, why did I stick around to find out? No, run, 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 run. 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 Closed door. She's coming this way. I'm doing the only thing I can think of, but I may have made the wrong choice. So what am I supposed to do? We don't run very fast, and it's not like these environments are really conducive to juking. I don't like this one bit. Hopefully now we can make something happen.
Nothing.
Okay, did I come down here? I don't even remember, man. My sanity. It's taking a hit. No, you're still here. You're still here. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Come on. No, 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 no. Why can't you? Why can't you? Can I hide? I can't seem to interact with anything. Well, except for that. You're still moving back there, I'm dead. Well, that just sucks, doesn't it? Yep, yep, yep. I don't understand why I can't open this. I can't see in there! I'm dead. So you're an insta-death if you touch us. It's a brutal death animation, but I don't know what I was supposed to do. Oh, there's a key here. Yeah, that's really easy to miss. Alright, now we need to come this way. I hear you coming back. Didn't fry the baby this time, so that's like a moral victory or something. Here, closed door. It won't hold you. Am I gonna have to reach into the toilet? Nope, stop. I can't use the... Why can I only use the lighter in certain areas? But this opens. Sort of. What is this? Toy car. I'm not quite sure what that enables. I wanted you to be down here. I need to get away now. I really, really hate this like selective location-based lighting. But what do I do with a toy car?
Just what I thought of you. Nothing.
won't break it. There's a door here we can try and get through, but I'm not quite sure how. That was what we needed to do? What? And I guess that calms you. No, hands won't break it, but maybe we can find something. Maybe that door upstairs will have opened. This definitely feels very Resident Evil 7 in places. No. It broke this mirror. Okay, with this brick, potentially I can break out. Feels like this is taking a very long time. Let's go. Great. So that was the demo for The Remorses. And that's got a really solid foundation, you know? It's got atmosphere, it's got really nice environments. And above all, it's scary. Dark, detailed environments, a terrifying looking enemy, whatever she's supposed to be. I have a feeling she's not... Stories that are put into our head by scavenging around the abandoned camp, and I mean, the sounds that came when we flicked that lever, really the ambiance in general is just really, really great. The stories we put into our own head looking around the abandoned camp, and just the way it goes so abruptly from a calm stroll through the woods, if not a little bit creepy, to the outright terror of something like Outlast meets Blair Witch. It's a really cool juxtaposition that happens, and once we get into those indoor environments, it really feels like very different. It's definitely got some problems, like I spent a lot of time just kind of looking around for the specific thing that I'm supposed to click on that's easily missable, and if it fixes a couple things and plays its cards right, I can easily see it being an awesome experience, especially with someone like me who is a sucker for environments in horror games. I mean, to me, if you have a strong environment, that's half the game right there, and it excelled both in the forests that were more open and explorable, and in the interiors that were cramped. But anyway, that was 3 short horror games, the demo edition. Still have no idea if I'll be uploading these as 3 separate uploads, because they're going to be about an hour each. They're individually short is the point. And if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try any of these games out for yourself, those links will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.